Now for Geraldine's family timeline. So we chose to begin this timeline when her mother and father married, which is 1957, and then you have Geraldine born in 1965. Fast forward to 1984. That's when she graduated from high school, and that year she also gave birth to her first child. Um, in 1984, she experienced her first major loss, which is the loss of her grandfather, Eddie King, who passed away from cancer. And the following year, she lost her grandmother, and she also passed away for cancer. She Geraldine described these events as life changing, for not only her but the entire family. She described it as the family not being able to completely move forward from that tragic loss. In 1990, Geraldine gave birth to her first child on January 18th, 1984. And she also married her high school sweetheart, Reggie. And by 1992, well, in 1990, her and Reggie had their second daughter, which is the end of her, I guess you want to say, reproduction, because she didn't have any more kids after that second child. And in 1992, her and Reggie divorced due to domestic violence and, in her words, them growing apart. She described this divorce as something that taught her that she was strong enough to stand on her own, with the help of God. Geraldine then remarried Alfonso in 1997, and she graduated from college in 2000. And while her daughter graduated from high school in 2001. In 2004, Geraldine's worst nightmare came to pass. Her mother passed away from congestive heart failure. Um, and she described that event as life altering as well. That's an event that she said changed her life forever and caused her to never be the same. She said as a child, she always feared losing her mom. And then, right after her mom passed from congestive heart failure, her father passed, and 3 years later from congestive heart failure. So it's the same trend that's carrying on in her family. Then her brother passed away in 2009 from cancer. So that also, these major losses back to back to back, kind of put a strain on her mentally. And to top it off, in 2015, she found her oldest brother, one of her older brothers, Edward, deceased in his home from congestive heart failure. So there's another congestive heart failure in the family, as that trend continues. And to present date, we have, in 2020, her younger brother being admitted into the hospital because of congestive heart failure. So that's something that we noticed, within the family, that is, it seems to be genetic because it seems to be carried down from generation to generation. And, we spoke about it, and she spoke about how she has to watch her health because of that. So, in doing this family timeline, I noticed that although she went through some things, she was still able to raise two successful daughters who are both college educated, and as well as become successful herself.